Greetings, everybody. Greetings. How are you on this beautiful Friday, my YouTube family? How are you? Yes, it's me. I did it. I did it again. I'm being consistent, y'all. Let's do this thing. So, I have a question for you. Have you ever had that moment where you had some things going on? It could be something financially. It can be something personal. It can be work related. It can be something that's dealing with family. And we've come to that road that we's like, man, I don't know what to do. And we actually instinctively know that whatever it is, we can actually do ourselves. Whatever it is already innately in us. But that fear paralyzes us to keep us from moving in the direction of growing, from moving in a direction of resolution, from moving in a direction of just being our own hero. Yes, that is what this segment is about. It is about sometimes sometimes we have to be our own hero. That means we are strong enough, but we don't give ourselves enough credit. We sometimes don't even acknowledge our own strengths. And we're paralyzed with fear that we don't move. But it's easier for us to pick up the phone, to ask somebody and call somebody to help us in that moment. But what happens when they don't answer? Yes, that part. So that's what we're talking about today. It's your girl, Pashay Gibson, also known as Sister Shay in the poetry world, also known as Shay Butter, as an up-and-coming entrepreneur of Pashay's Butter Souffle. And I am an emancipated workaholic that is discovering what it means to creatively create my own way to freedom. That's right. And I'm taking you on my journey. And I'm hoping that I'm helping you. And whenever you guys comment and give me feedback, you're helping me too, because we're on this journey together. That's right. We are on this journey together to help one another. I'm taking you with me on my journey, my ups and downs, my funny moments, my stories. They all have something to do with everything that I talk about. And I'm going to drive that thing home. And without further ado, let's get started with the story, because you know it is one, right? So, like I said, this segment is about sometimes you have to be your own hero. So, I want to tell you about this story. A really good friend of mine, some years ago, we went to college and everything like that. And we lost contact for several years. But then Facebook came along, right? And so just like a lot of us, we reconnected with people we went to college with, even high school with, and sometimes grammar school. So this was no different. A really good guy friend of mine. And we went to a university together. And we reconnected. And at this time, during this time, he had moved to Orlando, Florida. And he was telling me about everything that had been going on with his life. I mean, he had a journey, y'all. He was stricken with sickle cell. And at the time that I talked to him, because we lost contact for years. I mean, he had several near-death experiences. And at that time that I had talked to him, he had gotten up to 28 different surgeries, right? And but it never stopped him. It never stopped him from just being that person that he was like the coolest dude, right? Loves laughter. I stayed laughing, and it was always something funny. I mean, he was like, a year and a half, almost 2 years younger than me, but he hung out with a group called Romeo. And the group was called, they call themselves Romeo, but Romeo stood for Retired Old Men Eating Out, right? That's funny by itself. And he's like in his 40s hanging out with these dudes that are retired, that's like 60 and older. And he said he loved it. You know, they hung out every Saturday. They would eat at whatever restaurant they decided to go to. But he would hear all these stories and just get his laugh on for free. But that was the type of person he was. So he invited me down because he was graduating. He was getting another degree. He's like, Shay, you ought to come down and hang out and, you know, come to Orlando and stuff. I was like, well, you know, I've never been. So, you know, so I end up going. Right. And we, you know, his neighbors, you know, worked for Disney. So we did like Disney stuff and, what did we did the water park. We did a couple of things. I was there for like 4 days. So it was like power pack. We did a whole bunch of stuff, Disney stuff. I mean, just had a good time. So, this one evening, I want to say it must've been about like, maybe like my second day in being there, maybe third. And we went to this place called Old Town. I think that's what it's called. But Old Town had its own little, it kind of reminds you of like Bourbon Street a little bit. I don't know, with all the different shops and stuff, but it had like this huge Ferris wheel and had different places to go in and shops and stuff like that. But they had this haunted house, you know, in the middle of the little area, you know. And I was like, man, we ought to go. And he's like, man, I ain't going to no haunted house, because it wasn't even around Halloween. This is something that they had set up all the time, right? And shout out to my sister Elaine, because I told y'all one of my pet peeves is I don't do bullies, right? I don't do bullies. That's not my thing. But another thing that I absolutely love is I love scaring people. I know it's crazy and stuff, but I love it. And so I love like haunted houses and stuff like that. And I enjoy laughing at my own reaction and the other people that's with me. I mean, they don't judge me. But anyway, so, cause my friend Elaine, I talked her into a haunted house and she just doesn't do it, but we had a blast though. And, so this was no different. So I was like, hey, look, let's go into this haunted house. He was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. And I didn't feel bad because, first of all, I told you he was stricken with sickle cell, right? And he has had over like 26 different surgeries. So he does have the handicap sticker in the car and on the plate and all of this type of stuff. And he did have a somewhat crippling walk, I guess you could say. But it didn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? He did everything that he wanted to do, and this was no different. Because I was like, shoot, you do everything, let's do it. You know? So I talked him into it, and we were the only two going in. So the lady that took our money, you know, as we had to go up like 20 stairs because we had to go up into the house. So as we were going up the stairs, she yells out, "We have 2 victims!" And I said, uh-oh. He said, "See, Shay, man, you got me into this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da." But she did give us she said, okay, when you go up, it's going to be things that you have to read. And that's how you get out of these rooms. You have to, it's like a riddle. You have to solve the riddle to get out of the room in order to advance and get out of this haunted house. She'd already given us the rules. So I was like, okay, cool. So as we were going up there and we got to the room, and this room just didn't have, I was just like, what is going on? How we going to get out this room? And I said, look, now don't lean up against no walls, because if the wall flip around and you disappear, I'm out of here, So we was like, like real close, and we trying to hold on to each other while we reading these riddles. And as we read the riddle and we solve the riddle, then we get out of this room. I mean, we went through all these different phases. People were grabbing our ankles and pulling our shirts as we were going through. I mean, hands was coming out of these things. We went over this bridge that was real rickety. We actually walked over this bridge of this big old tub, I guess, with snakes, live snakes, but I guess they must have greased it down so the snakes couldn't climb out. Well, either way, we were going through all of these phases. All right. So we get into this room. It was so many other things, but I'm giving y'all the points that was just like really, really funny because we were already laughing and all this type of stuff and laughing at each other from jumping. So this one particular one, we were actually into this room. This room had a sloped floor, right? And it had those rails that you would that guides the crowd, that that you weave in and out of, like if you go into a concert or if you go into the movies, they have those rails that make you go in and out to kind of control the crowd, right? So this room had that in it. Now we're the only two in this room. The floor is sloped. It got these little things that you weave in and out, but the floor was painted black and white and it was in a spiral. And it made you you weave in and out, but you're looking at this floor and the floor is sloped. Well, guess what? It gets you off balance and it makes you dizzy. And it was like hypnotizing you. It was the craziest thing ever. Now I'm in front of him and we both like snaking through. And then we come out because we were focused on looking at the floor because the floor was sloped. This dude ran up on us with a chainsaw. Ran! And it scared the crap out of me. Now, mind you, I'm in the front and my legs give away like a white chick running through the woods for no reason. I didn't think that was real, but it did happen to your girl. So my legs got weak. I fell. The dude is in front of me with the chainsaw coming towards me. And guess what? I am sliding towards his feet because that's how steep the slope was. Man, look, I started sliding. I grabbed that rail. I was pulling my body back and backpedaling. This dude standing right behind me is dying. I mean, wasn't trying to help a sister. He laughing so hard at me, trying to escape. And I could see the dude with the chainsaw shoulders doing this behind his man. He dying. Because, I mean, legs is gone. Just straight rubber. Just out of here. My legs were so disobedient. As I was sliding, I mean, they just gave away. All right, cool. We get through that part. And he laughed at me. I'm laughing at myself. And I said, man, you dirty, man. I mean, you didn't even try to help a sister. You dirty. But, so I was like, all right, I got you. So, so now we go into this another segment. Now, mind you, now we're close to the end because we don't went through all this stuff, but I'm giving y'all the pivotal funny parts that I distinctly remember. All right. So now I told you what happened to me. So now here we go. We leave out of that, then we end up in this room and it was just like dark. And we just like standing there. I was like, this ain't right. Don't move. And we like this. Now all of a sudden this light comes on and then you hear electricity. And then we see this big old ginormous dude. Looks like he's, being on death row, being electrocuted. And I mean, but it was mechanical, but it looked so real. I mean, he looked like he weighed like 700 pounds and he didn't have no shirt on. He was bald head and he had all these teeth and the little chair. And he's like, and it was scary because it looked like he was about to break loose. So I'm right here and he's right next to me. We're looking at this dude. And he's like, dang, man, that looks so real. And we were so focused on this. That dude walked up, tapped my friend on the shoulder. He said, come here. And man, I promise you, that dude said, ah! And that's all that dude back straightened up. That dude legs straightened up. And that dude hit it and left me. Man, let me tell you something. That dude was running so hard and so fast, and I was laughing so hard, and I'm trying to catch him, because I was like, man, look at this dude. So now, remember I told you we had to go 20 stairs up, which means we had to come back down. Man, this dude hit them stairs. I think we was probably about the sixth or fifth stair down before I caught his shirt. I was like, man, hold on. Because mind you, I'm laughing the whole time. So So let me tell you how dirty this haunted house is, because they know they be stressing people out. When you come down out them stairs, when you come out of that haunted house, it lands you right into a bar. Because I guess they figured after all that stress, you gonna need a drink. And so that wasn't no different. So we got down there and I was like, he was like, I can't feel, my heart beating hard. I mean, and the whole time he kept talking, I was laughing until I almost peed on myself. We had to order a drink. We had to. So while we was talking, I said, look here, bro. All these surgeries you done had, and you walking around here with that handicap sticker, and you got that card, man, I'm telling them to revoke your stuff, man. Man, bro, I said, you ain't handicapped. You out here perpetrating fraud, man. You ain't nothing wrong with you. Sometimes you have to be your own hero. And he was his own hero. You hear me? He wasn't worried about me. He wasn't worried about the mechanical stuff. He wasn't worried about the dude with the chainsaw. He wasn't worried about none of that. The dude was up at the top of the stairs cracking up laughing. I can hear him while I'm running. This dude is hollering and screaming, running full speed, no handicap, look nowhere. You hear me? No limp, no dip, no nothing. Out of here. Sometimes you have to be your own hero, right? I know that's totally extreme, and it is a funny story. I'm telling y'all had to be there because I'm telling you, funny. When we told the story, I told his mama, I said, let me tell you something. This dude out here fronting. He out here hanging out with the Romeo dudes like he got something going. Ain't nothing wrong with that dude. I'm telling them people he need a regular license plate. He don't need to park in the front because the dude can run and all this type of stuff. He fronting. But anyway, I wanted to tell you this. Sometimes we have to be our own hero. We are strong enough. We are fast enough. We are smart enough to be able to do what it is that we need to do. We feel like that we got to hold on to, ride somebody else's coattail to get to where we need to get. Our gift is our gift. It doesn't matter what it looks like to other people. We are strong enough. And I'm talking to you because I have experienced this firsthand. I am a poet. I've been doing this for a long time. I have opened up for so many people, and I didn't trust myself enough to believe that if I decided to do something, I don't need to ride nobody else's coattail because my gift is strong enough to stand by itself. That's why I started this YouTube channel, right? Because I really thought I had to have a camera crew. I really thought that it had to look a certain way, that I had to dress a certain way, that I had to fit into this mold to look like what I feel like it's supposed to look like. No, I just simply had to come here and be me. I had to simply sit down and talk, use my voice, use my stories and experiences, and encourage somebody else. And at the same time, encouraging myself. And this allows other doors to open because now other people can see what I do and what I bring to the table. I don't need to ride nobody else's coattail to feel like that they're going to open that door up for me when I got legs, feet, voice, arms, hands, and everything to sit there and go and knock on that door myself. You can do the same thing. Sometimes we have to be our own hero and stop looking for somebody else to save us. Ooh, man, that's good. So, have fun with this thing. Don't overthink it, because I was overthinking, which kept me years behind of doing a YouTube channel because I was overthinking it. I'm done with that overthinking. I'm just going to bring myself to the table. And if somebody likes who I am as I bring myself to the table with all my realness, with all my laughter, because I'm silly. I love to have a good time. But at the same time, I'm going to teach you something too. And so I have to be fearless in that thing. My cousin, shout out to my cousin Tamara, she sent me this video. And the video came up after she watched my YouTube video. And it just so happened that it was TD Jake's daughter Sarah Jakes Roberts. She was being interviewed. Oh man, I can't remember what segment it was. And she was talking about her journey. She was talking about, being a teenage mom and being shunned, and even people that were closest to her let her down, right? But she realized she had to save herself, and the Creator, the Most High, had given her that gift, just like He gave it to me, just like she gave to you. So one of the things that she said, and it was close towards the end, but it hit me. The story was already phenomenal. But the one quote that she said, and I wrote it down, I have it posted on my mirror in my bathroom. I have it posted on my mirror right by my front door, so I can say this. It says, being successful is not in the outcome, it's being obedient to what's in me. So what I got from that is, it's already in me. All I have to do is be obedient to my gifts, my talents, and allow that to be what launches me. Me being my own superhero. It's in my poetry. It's in my product. My product, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm bending all down, right? So y'all, this right here, this is my product, right? My Pichet's butter souffle. I have my little popsicle sticks in here because this is my sample container. So whenever I take this out, I give people the popsicle sticks so they can try it on their skin, right? Let me go ahead and lube my hand up real quick. I'm saying this because I was like, you see that? Boy, holla at your girl for your Pichet butter souffle. I am in the process of getting my website and stuff together, but I will be able to, once I get everything going, and it's all natural. It's all natural, shea butter base. It's organic essential oils, organic herbs in that thing, and you can use it from head to toe. Because the one thing that I learned is that if your scalp is an extension of your skin, why isn't that we can't use a product on our scalp and our skin and serve the same purpose of bringing back our natural luster to our skin and our scalp? And yes, I use this every day. I'm really about 105 years old, but you can't tell because I'm just playing. I'm probably half that age. But Pichet's butter souffle. Now this is my launching pad, because this right here is what's going to open up the doors for my poetry. It's going to open up my doors for my voiceover work. This is it. Sometimes you got to be your own hero. This is me being a hero in a jar. This is how it comes to you. Oh, I wrap it up nice and pretty. Got my little business card in here. This is me. Got my little picture on there before I cut my hair. Be my own superhero. What does that look like for you? Your gift is your gift. Stand on that. Don't be afraid of it. So what? You may not look the same as other people. I don't. I'm okay with it. I love being uniquely me. I had to come to grow and love and know that I accept myself being my own hero. And I want you to do the same. Please help your girl out. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I want you to do that. But you know what? Before I go, I do have a poem. And I'm going to read this to you. I got a better coffee mug this time. The other one I do like. This says kindness. It might be backwards on there, but yeah. That kindness is for you. That's right. Be your own hero. All right. So what we got here? Connecting to your reflection. It's the name of this piece. How do you fit into a space where you're invisible, where your voice is blatantly ignored? Not sure where you belong? Simply imagine where you want to go. Your transparency in this space is only temporary. Always remember, the stationary complacency is not who you are. It is a gentle reminder that the Creator created you to be more and do more. Learn the lesson in this space. Understand, stretch, grow, learn, live, and gently love yourself through this season. All is not for naught. It's just a humble step in the stride to your destiny. Every stealth space journey into the abyss is always broken with a fraction of beautiful light. Be that light. Those who are worthy will see you. Thank you so much, my beautiful family. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. There's many more to come. So I look forward to growing with you and being with you. It's your girl, Pashay Gibson, also known as Sister Shay, also known as Shay Butter in this thing. I love you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next week. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings.